Alright, so this tutorial is going to go over more game function and terminology than actual strategy, but it's probably going to be useful for people that are starting off the game. Maybe this is your first bronze season, first silver season, or you're um, in gold and you just haven't learned everything. Who knows? Just some tips and terminology. To start us off, of course, you can see I'm zoomed out of my general area, and it shows here the coordinates. And when you move, of course, the coordinates change. This is good for um, messaging someone on Discord or in global chat and telling them where you're located, and then they can scroll throughout the map and find you. Of course, if you are on the leaderboard, you can just tap the little thing and it shows exactly where each leaderboard player is. Now, global chat is, of course, down here. I'm going to close that for now. Another tip is you can heal your wounded troops. Now, heal your wounded troops, it's pretty basic knowledge where to find it, but the wounded troops only shows up for situations where you don't have enough brave or fearless. So if you're running max fearless and brave, you aren't going to show up as many wounded troops um, than if you were running partial fearless and brave. So if you're running 40% fearless, it goes up to 75, so that's a uh, 35% deficit. So those should show up here, and you can just rebuy them if you're starting off early game. I believe that's true. I got that information from someone like months ago, so I've been running with it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you go to your shop, which is in the top right corner here, then it shows up the free sapphires. Now this restarts every hour. So if you watch your first video, generally around 30-second video, um, then at the end it'll give you like a 59-minute and some change amount of seconds timer until you can watch your next video. So you can get 150, 200 sapphires a day, assuming that you're not just running them nonstop every hour. And that's helpful because sapphires are an essential game function used for skill resets, boosting your troops. Um, of course, you can buy in-game items like chests and whatnot if you save up enough advisors. So basically, you go to the advisors section in the shop, and that shows these. Now, Watcher, definitely not essential. It is helpful. I would almost say Harvester is 100% useless. Watcher is more essential in higher leagues with a lot more activity because you'll log off a couple hours before the end of the season and people will just demo you down to nothing or um, attack you if they're around the same KP, and then you'll, of course, drop a league, which isn't, it's a huge inconvenience. Commander and Weapon Master are more commonly the ones that people run if they do run them, and it's also because there's a bundle here for the Weapon Master, and Scoutmaster, Commander, the Weapon Master and Commander for $8.99 a month. Now, it's like you could buy Netflix or you could buy this, but what's nice is when you look at the sapphires and how much it costs, $8.99 does get you 1,000, and that's how much it costs just for Weapon Master. So instead, you're getting Weapon Master and Commander. So it is a deal if you're going to be using them a lot. Now, what's nice about Commander, personally, is when you do go to send an attack, um, then you can see how many troops. It calculates your total striker, points you have in striker, and like temples and whatnot that's going towards striker. And when you tap this little sword that's next to the troop amount, then it shows you the total amount that you'll be hitting with. So this is good if you don't want to do any mental calculations or pull out a calculator or whatnot. Now, also with Scoutmaster, it generally costs 2 gems for regrouping and multi-scouting, But if you go to multi-scout, um, what is it? Something that you should know is it will take 10 seconds roughly to restart. And you can see the little bar going around. So if you're multi-scouting, then you want to be in an area where it scouts the largest amount of cities. And so then during that time that it's restarting, then you can scout the ones around, get a better sense of what's all around before attacking, instead of just waiting the extra 10 seconds to multi-scout again, because it's really in that amount of time they could move in to wall you or whatnot. What's nice about regrouping though is, let's see, I regrouped before. So what's nice about regrouping is, let's say someone's attacking this city and you have troops in neighboring cities that are around the same closeness, that are larger amounts of troops. Let's just say that. So let's say I had like 700 mil in each of these cities, and I need to move them to this city. Now you can see they're around the same distance, and this is all, this is a bit complex, but this is also assuming that there is a smaller amount of cities in the neighboring cities that it'll pull from. Okay, so let's say you have all your troops in these two cities, and you're trying to defend this city, and you need to boost them there to get there in time. Instead of tapping each one and sending it individually, you can instead use the thing to pull in your troops, and then when you go to boost, it'll only use one boost instead of having to use like two boosts. So that'll save some gems in the long run. Let's see, what did I go over? Also, of course, when you go to your player info, up in the top left-hand corner, you can see your seasonal stats. You tap that, it'll show you all your past seasons. Of course, this is my first season, so there's no information in there. Stats overview will show you how much your temples are giving you, your skills and your items, and give you a total amount. Of course, this also shows your production rates and how much gold and troops you have, as well as your city count. From this tab, then you can view your skill points. Now, skill points they vary a lot per person because everyone has different strategies, different items that give you certain amounts. So you may not need to put points into Brave or Fearless. Like I don't have any points in Brave and Fearless because mine's maxed with the 33% season bonus. So you can also go to Inventory and Weapon Master Storage, and this is just a speed boost, so it's showing here. If you have any issues with the game, you just go to the top setting bar up here. I'm not going to tap it because it'll show my user ID number, but from there, then it says like report an issue or something like that. So you could tap that to get in contact with the developers. It also is the place where you go to type in promo codes. Promo codes show up in Discord or in like a clan's personal Discord. They'll post promo codes and those will give you gems and chests throughout the game. Now, if you go to the top middle area here, and then it'll show achievements. And if you scroll down to where it says follow us on social media, there's 5 of them total. And each one gives you 50 gems. Now, instead of actually following them, you can simply tap it. It'll open it up, and then you go back to game. And now you can see that it shows up as something you can collect. So you don't actually have to follow them. They probably need to fix this, but you don't actually have to follow them, and you can just get a free 250 gems right from the start. So that's nice. Let's see. So just for terminology, the most common terms are bridge, or most people call them jump. I like to call it bridge, but a jump, a snipe, and demo. Now, a demo is basically you find someone that is too weak to attack. Let's see if I can find one. And when you go to I'll go to the other side. Let's see. So it would be pink. So anyone that's lower attack power will be pink. I should be able to still attack them. Let's see about this guy. So let's see. I want to attack this guy. It won't let me fill my full bar of troops, and it says it takes a crazy amount of time, 12 hours. So realistically, if you have people attack around you that you can, it's nice to just attack them. Don't worry about these little guys, unless they're being annoying or whatnot. But you have to have, I believe it's 160% striker to overcome just the base wall. So this guy, when you tap on the information city, the base wall is 764. Of course, that doesn't include the troops that's inside of it. Base wall is 764. So to overcome that, by just sending your attack, you need like 160% striker to be running in order to overcome it. And you'll just have to like chip down his troops and hope he's not online in order to get the city. So that's what a demo is. With a snipe, I can't really replicate it here, but basically it's generally done with temples, which you'll encounter in, I believe, Silver League. But a snipe is sending a troop count a second after they send theirs. So let's say I was sending troops 47 second attack. They would hit me like 48, 49 seconds. And so it doesn't give me time to switch my items because assumedly I'm attacking, I'll have striker items equipped. So they'll hit a second after, and I won't have time to switch to my guardian and brave items. And so I'll lose more troops, they'll gain more experience for killing more troops, and it'll hurt them less in the long run also. So that's what sniping is. And what's nice about Weapon Master is it makes it impossible to snipe someone. I mean, you can still snipe them in the sense of the word, but it won't hurt them in the way that they won't have the right items equipped, because Weapon Master just automatically switches. So even though it's a second behind, I'll still hit the attack. I'll send the attack with my speed items equipped. My attack will land with my attack items equipped, and if they hit right after me, it'll equip my defense items to counter their attack as well as I possibly can. So that's what's nice about that. For a bridge, which is the final term, it's basically if I want to get up here, which I did it through one of these gray cities, which just show up. This is an inactive player, and this is a neutral city. So the difference between that is an inactive player is someone that's been inactive for 5 days or more. Their cities will turn gray, and everyone can attack them no matter what amount of cities they have. Now, to attack an inactive city, which is one of these here, it won't even let me like go to attack it. I believe if I tap it, let's see. So let's say I go to attack it. It will say you exceed today's neutral and bounded city limit. But basically, if I have over 30 cities, which as you can see I do, it won't let me attack those. But if I have over 30 cities, it'll still let me attack an inactive player. But I can only attack like 30 inactive players a day. Alright, sorry, I got distracted. But basically a bridge is moving a far distance to a city that you know is safe to move a far distance to. Like, I'm going to be attacking this guy, but I don't want to send like a 30-minute attack to get all the way from where I am to where he is. So I simply attacked this city, and I go there without having to worry about someone guarding me. So this is done, you can attack through Graze. Often it's done through like a friend or someone you message on Discord. Say, hey, do you mind if I jump over to whatever city? And you send like a screenshot of where it is. And they will say, sure, hopefully. And then you send your attack. And now, if you are trying to be more sneaky about it, what you can do is you can send your... Actually, no, I'm not going to go over that because it's more advanced. I'll cover that in my next tutorial. But either way, you send your troops there. It makes it so you start attacking from here, and so it's just a short attack instead of trying to send a 15-minute attack and giving them time to hit you. Um, if you do need to mark a city, of course, you can just post where it's at for the coordinates. But if you're trying to show your clan where it is, you simply save the city as a favorite, go into clan tab, press the clan chat, and then you tap these three dots, and then you can post whatever city you want to tag. And then they can, of course, they can just go right to it from that area. So let's say I was over here, someone posted in the clan chat, then I could go there and it'll just bring me right to the city to view it. So that's nice. I believe that covers everything I want to share. If you do have questions, please post them in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, whatever. Correct me if I made any mistakes. I'm sure it's pretty possible. My next video will be more strategy based, less game function and terminology. So yeah, thanks for watching.